Welcome back to Living Passionately with Pat Brown. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Thank you for watching, liking, and sharing this video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for joining us. This week, I'm speaking to you on the subject of moving past overwhelm. I find that sometimes we get into situations where we allow ourselves to become so overwhelmed that we end up missing opportunities. We end up creating even worse situation for ourselves than the original thing that our issue that we might be dealing with. For me last year, my having to move past overwhelm was my business. Most of you might know that I had a staffing company, and last year was one tough year. And actually, I noticed that at the beginning of the year that things had really started to shift in that market, and it was having a little bit of a downward trend, especially for new businesses like mine. So I became overwhelmed with making a decision. Remember that we always have choices. And the thing is what you're going to do to fix the situation. Am I going to stay in the situation? Am I going to change it? Or am I going to do something about the situation? And that's what I want you to think about. Like, get to that moment of clarification where you have to make a decision to get out of that overwhelm feeling. Always remember that it is temporary and that this too shall pass. And guys, you know, I'm always speaking to you from my experiences because I know that I'm not the only one that is going through or feeling this way. It might not be business, it could be your career, it could be a personal decision, whatever it is that might be causing you to feel overwhelmed. Remember that this too shall pass. I remember when I was in therapy, my therapist gave me a mantra to help me deal with my anxiety or feeling of overwhelm. And that mantra was, I have felt this way before, and this too shall pass. And she told me to say that 7 times. And if I needed to repeat it, keep repeating it until that feeling of overwhelm passed, to get some clarity, to feel grounded before I moved on to the next situation. The point was not to stay there and to get through the situation. And I can tell you that every time that I said that mantra, I've felt this way before, and this too shall pass. And sometimes by the time I got to the 5th count, I start to feel some type of relief. So today I want to encourage you that if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed or feeling a bit stuck in a situation, just know that it will pass. But first, you have to get to that clarifying moment in your life when you will determine what is it that you want for your life. What do you want your future to look like? Or did you already have that moment? The great Toni Morrison said, if you want to fly, you have to give up on the shit that weighs you down. Sometimes we allow stuff to weigh us down, and that weighing us down can sometimes really paralyze us from moving on to the next decision. I had to accept that my business had failed, and I had to separate myself from the business because I felt like a failure. And I spent so much time there, and I became so overwhelmed that I could not get past making a decision about what to do next. And as soon as I came to the conclusion, like I had to make a decision, as soon as I got to that moment of clarification, what was I going to do? How was I going to get through this situation? What should I do? Start a new business, put in some more money, lose some more money, or should I find a job? And at the time, the best decision for me was to look for a job. And that by itself is a task. And I'll talk about that at some time in the future, because looking for a job when you are at a certain age can sometimes be a bit challenging. I learned that also, that ageism is real. And that's okay. Sometimes we just got to do what we got to do to get through the season that we are in. And it is fine to push yourself through the situation to make better for yourself. And that is what I had to do. I had to start looking for a job. I had to get all of those thoughts out of my head of, this is not going to work. You're too old. You're overqualified, because I heard a lot of that. I got a lot of, you need to take this off of your resume. People might feel intimidated by this or feel intimidated by that. And that in itself was a bit overwhelming, because I'm like, if I remove those things from my resume, who am I? Who is left? What experience am I going to show for the last 30 years of work? Right? And you don't want to show 30 years of work, obviously, but you just cannot take everything off of your resume. And so I went through that, having to deal with that also. So yes, I was overwhelmed. But I must tell you that then when I took the time to get focused and look at other people on LinkedIn who had gone from being business owners to back to being employees, or people that were in certain positions that had to start over, and the things that they do to move past the situation, to make a decision, to have a clarifying moment that this is what they need to do to get past, to get through the process. So one of the first things that I had to do was to have a brain dump. I had to get rid of the woe is me mindset. And I'm going to challenge you that if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed about something that you have to do, a major decision that you have to make sure that you have a clarity in your mind, because our mind plays tricks on us. And sometimes we have to get all of that negative thing, all of those negative things out of our mind to move to the next situation in life. I had to realize that I was not the only business owner going through the process of having to close up my business. I was not the first, and I will not be the last. Everything is temporary and anything is possible. Always remember that. Everything is temporary and anything is possible. Do not allow situations or the feeling of overwhelm to rob you of your happiness, your goals, and your dreams. Sometimes the feeling of being overwhelmed will keep us off track from pursuing other goals and other opportunities. But I can assure you that the moment that you decide to make a decision to move on to something next, that you get the strength to start over and to pursue your goals and dreams, and to have that brain dump, that things will start to change. The first thing that I am going to challenge you, if you're in that situation, is to think about, what do you want your future life to look like? That was a defining factor for me, and I had to write it out. What kind of job do I want? What is the minimum salary that I would accept? Just believe it and always know your worth. Believe in yourself. Second thing is to take small steps every day to achieve those goals. Like sometimes you just gotta walk outside, clear your brain, clear your mind, get some exercise in, have a healthy meal, whatever it is, go visit a friend, call on someone who might not be doing well. Taking little steps help you to get back on track. And I can tell you that me taking steps towards finding a job every day, giving myself a goal of sending out at least 4 resumes, applying to 4 jobs that I could align with, not just any jobs, but jobs that I felt that I knew that I can do, a minimum of 4 per day. And that worked for me. Did it take time? It surely did. The third thing is to act like the person that you want to become. Don't wait until you get into the situation or to that job or career or business or whatever it is that you want to do. Don't wait for that experience to happen. Start acting like it. Start acting like you are in the position that you want to be in. And it would really change your mindset. It will really change your perspective on the things that you want to do. Some of you may notice that I did not do my YouTube channel or post videos for quite a few months. And it was because I was questioning myself, questioning how can I bring a positive message to others while I'm going through this situation. And I realized that I had to get out of that. First of all, there were people that started reaching out to me like, Pat, what is going on? I haven't heard from you. I need to see your videos. I need to be encouraged. And that really encouraged me. And then I realized I really have a message to share with others. And imagine if I did not have these experiences, I wouldn't be here to encourage you and being honest about actually living these situations, or having these feelings, or being overwhelmed, knowing what it feels like to fail, know what it feels like to start over. You are not alone. You are not the first, and I promise you wouldn't be the last one. And one thing that I am truly grateful for is really that I have a strong circle of family and friends that I can talk to. Don't wait until you're in a situation where you need to count on people. Build those relationships now, because you will need them and it will make a difference in your life. Number 5 is to be the light for someone else. I always say that lighting someone else's candle does not dim yours. Help someone else along. Once you've gotten past a situation, you've gotten past feeling overwhelmed, and whatever you may have done to get through the situation, if it was that new job, a book that you're working on, a new art piece, whatever it is, share with someone else that is trying to do the same thing. You never know the difference that you can make in someone else's life. So today, I challenge you. Whatever it is that might be causing you to feel overwhelmed, to move past it. It is temporary. Write down what you want for your future, those goals and aspirations and dreams, whatever it might be, to travel, a new job, a new relationship. Just create a canvas of what you want your future to look like. Despite what it might look like today, you can create the future that you want for yourself. And I want to thank those of you that reached out to me and encouraged me to continue with my YouTube videos. I am so excited about my channel and the growth that I've seen over the last few weeks. And I really want to recognize my editor, Jamner, for doing a wonderful job. He's been working with me to make sure that my videos are perfect, and I really believe that they are perfect, and he's doing an excellent job. So if you're looking for someone to edit your videos, you know, those cute little clips that are added in, I don't do that. I'm not that talented. He does. So if you're interested in a channel, whatever it is that you might want to do, you're looking for a video editor, just let me know or reach out, and I'll be happy to share his information. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Now let us get on the path to greatness. Remember to live passionately.